Rights Movement March on Selma. In early 1965, Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference made Selma, Alabama the focus of its efforts to register black voters in the South. The march, protesters attempting to march from Selma to the state capital of Montgomery were met with violent resistance by state and local authorities. As the world watched, the protesters, under the protection of the federalized National Guard troops, finally achieved their goal, walking around the clock for 3 days to reach Montgomery. This historic march and King's participation in it greatly helped to raise awareness of the difficulty faced by black voters in the South and the need for a Voting Rights Act passed later that year. In early 1965, SCLC decided to make Selma, located in Dallas County, Alabama, the focus of a voter registration campaign. Alabama Governor George Wallace was a notorious opponent of desegregation. As a result, only 2% of Selma's eligible black voters had managed to register.
On February 18th, white segregationists attacked a group of peaceful demonstrators in the nearby town of Marion. In the ensuing chaos, an Alabama state trooper fatally shot Jimmy Lee Jackson, a young African-American demonstrator. In response to Jackson's death, King and the SCLC planned a massive protest march from Selma to the state capital of Montgomery, 54 miles away. A group of 600 people set out on Sunday, March 7th, but didn't get far before Alabama state troopers wielding whips, nightsticks, and tear gas rushed the group at the Edmund Pettus Bridge and beat them back to Selma. On March 17, 1965, even as the Selma to Montgomery marchers fought for the right to carry out their protests, President Lyndon Johnson addressed a joint session of Congress, calling for federal voting rights legislation to protect African Americans. That August, Congress passed the Voting Rights Act, which guaranteed the right to vote to all African Americans. Specifically, the Act banned literacy tests as a requirement for voting, mandated federal oversight of voter registration in areas where tests had previously been used. They gave the U.S. Attorney General the duty of challenging the use of poll taxes for state and local elections.